She thought she knew danger until she realized the truth. The man she loved, the one who had haunted her dreams, wasn't human. He was something darker, something powerful and deadly. A curse centuries old, a secret that should never have been uncovered, and a pull she couldn't resist. Every glance, every touch, carried a thrill and a risk she could never escape. In the moonlit forest, shadows whisper. Ancient powers stir, and the line between love and death disappears. Howl's dramatic chord. Now she has to decide. Will she embrace the beast? Or will the darkness claim her first? The cold moonlight spilled across Cynthia's bedroom window, painting the floor in pale silver. Her heartbeat thundered in her chest, echoing the realization that had shattered her world. Joseph, he wasn't human. The shadows in the corners of her room seemed to twitch, whispering secrets she didn't want to hear. Then she noticed it, a jagged mark etched into the wall, carved in blood, spelling out a single warning. Stay away. Cynthia's fingers trembled as she traced it, her mind racing. The fear was real, but so was the pull she felt toward him. From the darkness, a low rustle of movement made her spin. Her eyes met the faint outline of Joseph's silhouette just outside the window. His glowing red eyes met hers for a fleeting moment, full of warning and desire, before he disappeared into the night. Her instincts screamed danger, yet a forbidden curiosity rooted her to the floor. Something told her this was only the beginning. The forest outside glimmered under the full moon, silver light reflecting off dew-drenched leaves. Joseph emerged from the shadows, every step deliberate, his imposing frame a mixture of predator and protector. Cynthia, he whispered, his voice low, rough, trembling slightly with restraint. You deserve the truth about me, about what I am. Cynthia swallowed hard, every nerve screaming both run and stay. His eyes glinted in the moonlight, revealing a storm of emotion she hadn't seen before. He spoke of the curse that bound him, of centuries lost in darkness, of the hunger he fought to control. Each word drew her closer, even as terror curled in her stomach. And then, unexpectedly, he reached out, brushing her hair from her face. Their gazes locked. For a heartbeat, the forest disappeared, leaving only the pull between them, a dangerous, magnetic force neither could resist. But as Cynthia stepped closer, a shadow flickered between them, a figure watching silently from afar, and the faint scent of blood tinged the air. Danger was not done with them. The night air was thick, charged with tension. A sudden argument erupted between them, a clash of fear and desire, and Joseph's control slipped. Before Cynthia could react, his teeth grazed her wrist, leaving a shallow mark that burned like fire. She gasped, clutching her arm, both terrified and electrified by the sensation. It was then she felt it, a pulse of energy stirring inside her, alien and intoxicating. Her senses sharpened, the shadows around them seeming to bend toward her. Joseph stepped back, panic flashing in his eyes. It's happening. Your powers are waking. Cynthia looked down at her hand, a spark of fear and exhilaration twisting together. She had been drawn to him before, but now she realized the danger of attraction and the depth of what she was becoming. The night whispered their secret, and for the first time, Cynthia understood that love could be as deadly as the creature who inspired it. By dawn, Cynthia couldn't sleep. Drawn by instinct, she slipped into the forest, the morning mist curling around her legs like ghostly fingers. Joseph followed silently, his presence both protective and predatory. They stumbled upon a clearing where ancient symbols were etched into the ground, glowing faintly under the rising sun. This is a prophecy, Joseph murmured, tracing the markings. It of someone like you, someone who will awaken powers that even I cannot control. Cynthia knelt to examine the symbols, her pulse racing. Every instinct screamed danger, yet fascination held her there. She looked up at Joseph, whose eyes betrayed a mixture of fear, awe, and something dangerously tender. A sudden rustle in the trees made them both spin. Andrew emerged from the shadows, breathless but smiling, carrying a strange, ornate book. I think this will help, he said. Ruth appeared moments later, her expression grave. "You're meddling with forces you barely understand," she warned. "And someone is watching, waiting for the moment you falter." Cynthia swallowed hard. The stakes had just grown higher, and the forest, once a place of curiosity, was now a labyrinth of secrets, magic, and danger. Evening fell, and the shadows deepened. A rival vampire appeared at the edge of the forest. Johnson, tall, menacing, his crimson eyes gleaming like coals in the dark. "You've been hiding something from me," he said, voice silk and venom. "And now, I claim what is mine." Joseph stepped forward, jaw tight, muscles coiled. "Not her," he growled, the alpha dominance in his posture undeniable. Cynthia's heart pounded, not just from fear, but from the undeniable thrill that surged between her and Joseph. Andrew stepped beside them, ready for the fight, while Ruth and Helen watched silently, their expressions unreadable. Johnson smirked, circling them like a predator. "Perhaps we should negotiate," he said, dripping menace. Cynthia's breath caught. Danger, passion, and forbidden love collided, swirling in a storm that promised she would never be the same again. The moon hung low, shrouded by fast-moving clouds, as Cynthia stepped into the grand hall of the vampire masquerade. Candles flickered against the dark Gothic architecture, casting long, dancing shadows across the marble floor. Masks glittered in gold and crimson, hiding faces that might be friendly or lethal. Joseph trailed her silently, a shadow in a tailored black coat, eyes constantly scanning for threats. He smelled danger before they even reached the center. Johnson, masked, gliding across the hall with lethal grace. Cynthia's heart raced, not just from fear, but the forbidden thrill of being so close to Joseph in the moonlit elegance. Their hands brushed, the air between them crackled. Then came the masked figure she couldn't place, standing apart in a corner, its eyes fixed on them like a predator. The stranger held secrets of the past, secrets that could tear them apart. A brush of Joseph's hand against hers, a low growl in his chest, and Cynthia realized the masquerade was not a celebration. It was a battlefield, and every dance step could be a deadly one. Outside, the wind howled through skeletal trees, carrying the scent of blood and danger. Cynthia's powers began to stir uncontrollably. She felt shadows stretch toward her, her vision sharpening unnaturally, every heartbeat echoing in her ears. Joseph grabbed her hands, trying to steady her trembling. "You have to control it," he warned, his face tense, jaw set. "If you don't, you could hurt yourself, or worse me." Cynthia's gaze met his, raw and unflinching. "I'm not afraid," she whispered, but a thrill of panic ran through her veins. In the distance, Helen appeared, draped in flowing midnight robes, eyes glowing faintly. "The curse is not just his," Helen intoned. "It's yours too. Your bond awakens what has been dormant for centuries." Cynthia realized that every heartbeat, every pull she felt toward Joseph, was not just desire, it was destiny. And the danger of that destiny was only beginning. Night fell again, thicker, heavier. They had barely survived a skirmish with a rogue vampire from Johnson's pack. Breathless and bloodied, they huddled behind a broken stone wall, the moonlight streaming down over them. Joseph pressed his forehead to hers. "I should have kept you away," he murmured, voice hoarse with emotion. "But I couldn't stay apart." Cynthia felt her own fears melt into longing. "I don't care about the danger," she admitted, trembling but resolute. I need you." Their lips met in a fiery, desperate kiss, the world narrowing down to the press of hands, the taste of blood and moonlight. A noise from the trees snapped them apart, Andrew emerging, breathless. "You're not safe," he warned. "They know where you are." The danger was never far, and now their love was a double-edged sword, beautiful, forbidden, and lethal. By the next full moon, Cynthia's powers surged uncontrollably. She could sense creatures lurking, feel the heartbeat of the forest, hear whispers from shadows. Joseph's eyes darkened as he approached her. "You can embrace this or walk away." But either choice will change everything. Cynthia's mind raced. To embrace her powers fully was to accept the risk of becoming something she couldn't undo. To resist was to lose her bond with Joseph forever. She closed her eyes and felt the blood in her veins sing, the shadows crawling at her fingertips. And then she opened them, decision blazing in her eyes. I choose thus. I choose you. The moment her words left her lips, a vision struck her, an image of them torn apart, drenched in blood, screaming in despair. The price of love was rising, and danger loomed closer than ever. Joseph led Cynthia to the edge of a cliff, where the silver moon reflected off the dark waters below. He hesitated, staring at her with a storm in his eyes. There's something you need to know, he began, voice low, trembling. I wasn't always like this. I was human until I was betrayed by someone I loved. This curse, this hunger, it's my punishment. Cynthia's breath caught. Then why me? She whispered. Because you are the one who could awaken me, he admitted. The one who could make me human again, or destroy me entirely. A gust of wind carried the scent of blood, and Cynthia felt the weight of destiny settle on her shoulders. Their love wasn't just dangerous, it was a key to something far larger, a curse intertwined with fate itself. As they clung to each other on the cliff's edge, Helen's voice echoed in her mind. The ritual will test your bond. Only love or death will survive. And in that moment, Cynthia understood. The next steps they took would decide not just their lives, but the very balance of darkness and light. The forest was drenched in shadow, moonlight filtering through skeletal branches like silver knives. Joseph's presence loomed behind Cynthia as they moved silently, hearts hammering in sync. A rival vampire from Johnson's pack emerged, fangs glinting, eyes predatory. He lunged, and Joseph's claws flashed, deflecting the attack. The tension surged, a dangerous dance of life and death. Amid the chaos, Cynthia and Joseph found themselves pressed together, adrenaline and desire intertwining. His hand traced the curve of her arm, the brush of his lips against her neck sending shivers of forbidden longing down her spine. Stay close, he whispered, voice hoarse with need and warning. I can't protect you if you falter. Cynthia's pulse raced. Fear and desire collided as she realized that loving him was as dangerous as the creatures that hunted them. Every moment with him was temptation and potential death. Moonlight revealed the glint of betrayal. Jennifer, Cynthia's so-called friend, had led Johnson straight to them. You can't trust anyone, Joseph growled, eyes flashing red, muscles coiled for combat. Cynthia's stomach twisted in shock and hurt, but she didn't falter. I can trust us, she whispered, determination blazing in her eyes. Andrew fought beside them, holding the rogue vampires at bay, while Joseph and Cynthia prepared for the ultimate confrontation. Shadows moved like living things, swirling around them as if sensing the tension. Cynthia realized she had grown stronger, faster, sharper, and capable of defending them both. The betrayal was a test, but she would not break. Helen and Ruth guided them to a hidden altar deep in the forest, illuminated by the red glow of a rare blood moon. Symbols etched into stone pulsed faintly, humming with ancient energy. This ritual will bind your fates, Helen warned, voice solemn. But it comes with a price. Love or life. You cannot have both if you fail. Cynthia and Joseph exchanged a look that spoke of trust, defiance, and longing. Hand in hand, they began the ritual, each word whispered drawing them closer, yet increasing the tension. As they chanted, shadows rose from the earth, threatening to pull them apart. Johnson appeared, smirking, ready to sabotage their bond. Cynthia's powers flared, intertwining with Joseph's, a blaze of light and dark energy that neither fully controlled. The ritual was no longer just mystical, it was personal, emotional, and dangerous. The blood moon reached its zenith, casting crimson light across the forest clearing. The ritual's energy crackled in the air, bending shadows and twisting reality. Johnson struck, claws flashing, fangs bared. Joseph roared, taking the brunt of the attack, while Cynthia unleashed her newfound powers, sending waves of energy that pushed the enemies back. Every heartbeat was cinematic, moonlight reflecting off steel, mist curling like ghosts, blood glinting in crimson arcs. Their love surged alongside their power, the danger making every touch electric. A final, desperate clash sent Johnson sprawling, defeated but alive, and the ritual completed, binding Cynthia's powers to Joseph and their hearts in a way that neither could escape. The forest fell silent. The shadows retreated. The ritual had ended, but its mark remained on their skin, in their hearts, and in the pulse of the night itself. Cynthia collapsed into Joseph's arms, exhausted, exhilarated, and trembling. He held her close, lips brushing her hair, eyes glowing faintly in the aftermath of the power surge. "We survived," he whispered, voice soft yet fierce. "And now we're bound. Forever." Cynthia looked up at him, her own eyes reflecting the moonlight and their bond. "Forever," she echoed. But a final shadow lingered at the edge of the clearing, a figure watching silently, hidden, hinting that their love and danger were far from over. The forest seemed to breathe with them, alive, aware. And as they embraced, hearts beating in unison, it became clear. Their love was a force more powerful than fear, more dangerous than the night, and impossible to break. The beast's embrace had claimed them, but it had also made them unstoppable.